settled out of court.
I was supposed to,
Yeah,
okay.
that's the last I heard.
Oh, I didn't give you this answer either. I was told that there will be some people coming to complain about the condition of the post office. And of course, we don't want them coming there. But I do need to bring it up, the condition of the post, if they're coming. It's not a,
Public
no,
facility.
that's not probably where you're at. When I was a kid, my dad worked for the rural letter carrier. There were two
Oh, yeah,
letter
it works.
carriers in there.
So there are
Now
two,
I went and talked to my post
two
office.
mics set to
There are
that.
6 routes running out of that, plus an auxiliary, and they're getting ready to add 2 more for equal to the size of Nashville as far as.
Check,
man.
check. Yeah, it works.
There we go.
And, I think just need a new post office. He said the building's full of mold. It's a safe place for the people who work in there. We need a bigger building.
It don't matter.
It is, but he said the only thing that's gonna happen is not for, not for this board, but for people in this town to get on a letter writing campaign to whoever our US representatives are. And that's how you make it happen.
Hey there.
So, there you go.
Nice thing. That's your brand new Ram out
Did you
there?
bring me a cold one too?
Huh? I did.
Oh,
I
okay.
did. I got you. Thank you. Oh, thank you. Appreciate it. Hey, here. Oh, look at y'all on the cameras out there. Don't be nervous. Our live stream's on, so everything that we say actually goes out into the YouTube.
I have one.
You have one.
Yeah, I'll pass this down for Brandy. I hope she shows up. I'm gonna wait and see if she comes.
Okay. We got 1 minute. Do we wanna give them a minute, guys? Is that good? Okay. Thank you for this, Kyle. Oh gosh, they got a picture of this. I mean, can I write on this, Kyle?
What's that?
Can I write on one of these?
Yeah, that's
Thank God,
actually
okay.
just like
I just did.
maybe a first draft,
Okay.
I guess. It really needs some data from the stuff Bruce did, I think. I'm just passing it along, I just printed them. So hopefully there'll be some good changes. Just a face, that's all it is.
Okay, Pam, we're at 6:01. We're supposed to get started.
We need one more person.
We need one more person.
Yep.
Let's see if I have anybody's Brandy.
You,
Usually she's walking across from the,
is she? Can you
I
see
don't
her?
know, I can't see her now, but typically she gets here
Did you see
right
Brandy's car over there?
at 6 o'clock.
I'll send her a
She's
text.
a walker. She would be walking across. Oh, okay. That's what you're talking about. Sorry. Let me text Devin too.
Okay, I just sent her a text.
I sent Steve and Devin one too.
Okay.
I think we got everybody.
Spark wasn't coming. Spark up to, did he tell you?
He just said he was sorry he wouldn't be able to make it. no details, so it must be something.
Well, he's got his hands in so many things. You know, he's back in school, virtually. He's doing his little acting gig. He's, what else is he doing? He's, selling real estate.
Okay, they're 5 minutes out. Steve's on the way, and Devin said he was 5 minutes out.
Okay. That's good.
He said he's on the way.
Mm-hmm. Devin and Steve.
And the post office people didn't show up.
And here comes Brandon.
Okay, good.
Full house.
Hey, Brandon.
Hey, Brandon.
Welcome, welcome. Come.
Sorry I'm late. I was
That's
lost.
all right. You're right.
I put it right here.
Oh,
Thank you, ma'am.
You're welcome.
Pam, did y'all have a fun walk earlier?
It's the only walk the poor dog had gotten today.
How many miles a day y'all walk?
On a good day, maybe about 3. But she's gotten 2 walks up Branch Street today and 1 around a shopping center. That's it. And she's
It
not
seems
getting
like I
much
see
tonight.
you out there all the time, but
I'm not.
Alan Barbie too now. You walk up and down Branch Street a lot. You always walk up and down.
He walks in the morning and he walks in the afternoon, late afternoon. Is there another agenda? I was gonna pass this down to Linda. Thanks. Okay.
so Steve and Devin are on their way, so as soon as they get here, we'll get started, just so y'all know what we're not just lingering on purpose.
I'm glad I'm not the last to arrive.
No, you're not.
Isn't that perfect?
I'll mention again, Brandy, we're live streaming this. So if y'all could speak into your mics when the appropriate time comes.
Absolutely.
That's the chief complaint I get, not just with y'all, but also the board of commissioners to speak into the mics.
I'm not speaking. Okay. I gotta do better. I gotta do better. That even be. Is there any?
I just saw your text, Pam.
Oh, we didn't see your car. Is it on the other side of that building?
Pulled up behind whoever's truck that is.
Okay,
It's got nice new dealer tags on it.
okay.
What is it? That's it. With a little bit of, depends on where they got water from. Just a little. It's Pepsi Zero with no caffeine, no sugar. So I wonder what they put in it. At least cut down the caffeine and the sugar. Now I just gotta cut out the dark carbonated water will be good.
You drinking water?
Right?
Okay, there's Steve, he just pulled up. So once he gets here, we can go ahead and call it,
Yeah.
Yeah, we could call it right now if you wanted to.
since he's walking in the door.
First round.
Yes.
Hello, welcome.
All right, going back to you.
We're waiting on.
I was sitting in my recliner waiting for it to be time to leave and got a text message. Lost track of time. Sorry, my bad.
That's all right, you're not the last one, so. Okay, I'm speaking to the microphone. Can y'all hear me? Okay, we're gonna call this meeting to order. We have a quorum. So Devin is on his way, so we'll just reel him in as soon as he gets here. Has everybody had an opportunity to read the meeting minutes for September?
Yes.
Yes. And if not, we can take a minute and let you read them. But if we have a motion to accept them or any changes or discussion,
A motion to accept as written.
do we have a second?
Second.
Got a second, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye. The ayes have it. Okay, we'll move on to new business. So, next projects. One thing that we wanted to talk about last meeting and did not, we'll talk about it this meeting, is our marketing workshops. We said we would come back to that in the fall. So I think I know we had 2 candidates here on the board that said they would help with putting another workshop together. Last time we did it out at Peachtree. I'm gonna put that out on the floor and let's chat about it.
We talked about it the last time, trying to get into some social media instead of just covering the broad range,
Right,
like specific social media aspects they can try.
for sure. I believe that is what we talked about.
Yeah, and I think we also discussed asking the participants to bring their devices, and we would kind of do it live and help them set up their Google page and maybe some other social media, but definitely a Google.
More of a workshop than
More of a
a
workshop.
presentation.
Yeah,
Yes.
and we had talked about the 2 of you kind of tag teaming and doing that. Is that still a good plan? Are you all good with that?
Yeah.
Okay, so we've got Steve and Brandy. And then I guess the next thing to do would be pick a date to do it. Pick a date and a location, and Peachtree said they would host it again, so I guess we would want to coordinate with them, but if not, we may be able to do it here if that's acceptable, Andrew. Okay, as a backup plan? Okay.
So, my worry with where we're at in the year is that we are quickly coming up on the holidays.
We are.
And we also need time to market the class to bring awareness to it. Should we try to get it in before Thanksgiving, or do we want to wait until after the holidays?
I think if we do it before the holidays, we would definitely want to do it before Thanksgiving. I think if we did 3 weeks out, that would be the week of the 11th.
I am busy that Monday, but free the other
Yeah,
evenings.
Monday's Veterans Day, so that is a state and federal holiday.
Okay, well,
So if we wanted to do Tuesday, if that works for you all, Tuesday, or,
Wednesday is better for me, but I know a lot of people have church on Wednesday, so I can suck it up.
yeah.
Tuesday or Thursdays work for me.
Okay,
That would make it easy. But
well, either one,
whatever works for you.
either one is fine.
And you can do Tuesday the 14th, and you can do Tuesday the 14th? Or is it the
It's
12th?
Thursday.
I'm sorry.
Yes.
Okay. So let's get that on the calendar then. Bless you.
Time.
What, I'm gonna let you all decide what time.
It depends if we're gonna provide food again.
What did we do last time? They did sandwiches?
I think it was sandwiches.
Okay. So if we did 6 PM and sandwiches again. Hello, welcome in, Devin. We just got started. Have a seat right there. Would be perfect. So yes, board, if I didn't mention that, we are live streaming, so if you will talk into your microphones, we're out on the famous YouTube right now, so. So Devin, we just set a date for our next social media workshop, and this will actually be a hands-on workshop. And we're going to do that November 12th, which is a Tuesday at 6 PM, and we're going to do light sandwiches, just enough to hold you till you can do better. And Brandy and Steve have so graciously accepted the task of hosting and leading that. And we're looking for a place to do that, so backup plan would be here, but we may reach out to Peachtree unless you've got some ideas.
And that's on Tuesday, the,
The 12th, November 12th.
12th, no 14th.
Do
12th
we
and
know
s-
if Peachtree has the ability to cast to the TV like we do here?
You know, I think, didn't we have a challenge with that the last time we were out
I
there?
remember we talked about it, and I know we didn't use it the last time we were we had more general overview of things. But I can't remember what the outcome was of that discussion.
Well, if you just would like to just settle on using town hall, so do that.
I was
Might
gonna
be
say,
a
this is
better option.
perfectly set up. We know it's ready to go. So if you all are okay with that, and you're good. Okay. As we speak, it's good, right? Okay, so it'll be here.
Is there a conflict with something else that night?
Not on a Tuesday, shouldn't be on a Tuesday night.
Okay.
And the Board of Commissioners meeting is the 7th?
The week before. The chamber will meet on Monday, so we should be good.
Even on Veterans Day?
No, we don't care.
I get it.
I mean, not that we don't care, but we're not trying to get in a government building, so. Okay, so we got that settled, great. So any other next projects or things that we want to cover in this agenda item? Okay. Any public comments on our next projects or new business? Public.
Don't everybody speak at once.
Yeah. All right, we'll move on. We'll move into old business. First agenda item is update on town's brochure. Kyle has provided us a copy of that.
Try to speak in the microphone.
Thank you.
Thank you. One of the board members has funded this project thus far, as many of you are aware of. And it has gone through a couple of iterations, and it's got to come before this board to get more recommendations, suggestions for improvement. They overlaid some of the text that came out of Bruce Negligence project that he did with us. The pictures obviously came from the day that photographers came. A lot of the pictures were just simply stuffed into spots where we could put additional, or you guys could choose if you wanted to put additional information from Bruce's reports. This is just very open and kind of vague at this point. So it gives us a platform, or gives you guys a platform if you like it. I think the, obviously anything can be changed about it, but I think the colors are possibly not what Bruce picked out. So that would need to be something you guys review. But it's a great start, and I felt like a printed copy would help y'all visualize it. We looked at it, I believe we looked at it on the screen at the last meeting over at the auction house. And it was kind of hard to see. This helps it a little bit. It's still not printed, obviously, in the correlated page format, but this gives you a visual to hang on to. And I kind of think a good recommendation may possibly be if each one just took it home with them and just spent maybe 20 or 30 minutes in your peace and quiet looking at it and thinking of suggestions or improvements that we could touch base with next week, or next month, excuse me.
Is that good with the board?
Yes.
I do have a question. There's some statistics on the very last page that
Okay.
whenever I Googled to try to get these numbers, they were totally different than like 3,800 residents.
See, they're using the entire Spring Hill zip code. And so I don't know if will Bruce be able to, can they break it down to inside city limits?
Bruce utilized, if I recall correctly, the state demographers numbers.
And that's where these numbers came from?
No, those are probably generated from GIS data. There's a module in GIS that actually generates that data. Bruce's numbers actually came from the state, and they would be strictly the corporate limits.
And that's what we sent them. The company that's working on the brochure, that was the first thing they were sent, was all of Bruce's documents and paperwork. So everything that you guys did in that economic development shop with Bruce, that is the platform. That's where all of this information and data did come from.
The median age is 45?
That sounds right.
Really?
You thought it would be more?
I thought it would be 70.
Yeah.
I thought it would be
70.
what?
But it's people like Kyle and Devin that balance it out.
I don't think it's 70.
Whoa. What about me?
And Brandy, well, okay, and Steve.
Oh, that's.
And-
No, I thought it would at
It's
least
the
be,
median.
yeah, I thought it would at least be 50.
So it's the middle
You have
point.
to remember, it's the halfway point, it's not an average.
Okay.
That would be an entirely different number, because it would be skewed by extremes on either end.
And has the town really received 10 million in grants?
That number, I don't know. We've gotten some sizable grants. I don't know about 10 million.
I personally don't think there's enough information, too many pictures, and I don't like the color, but. That was my quick feedback. Hey, do y'all have any questions for me before I sit down?
Well, I have, I think the pictures are okay. They're fine. But when you start talking about small business owners and what the town and the heart of our community, you know, there's no mention of Spalding Family Resource Center, and that is a very diverse and inclusive community that ought to be featured here.
Absolutely.
There's some other businesses that have been here for a long, long time that aren't featured in here either.
Okay.
Okay?
I completely agree with you. I think it should. Anything that y'all think, if you just write it down and then compile it in a list, we can email it back to them. I
Okay.
think those are perfect, honestly.
One
And
thing that
I
I-
believe they was given some data and took pictures of that when they came, so they should have some.
The
You hear
one-
about that $1 million that Spalding's gonna go ahead and be able to start renovating with? They already have the architects out there. Thanks for bringing that up. Spalding is doing good things. $1 million they got.
I do like this little blurb at the bottom. It says, "Find yourself here." I like that.
Yes.
So, do we want to put our thoughts and comments together and email it to one person and then forward it to, we're sending it to you or to Devin or to these folks directly, or what are we doing?
can
Where do you
just
want us
email
to
it
go
back
with
to
the
me.
comments? Okay. So how quickly do you want those? Let's put a timeline on it.
We missed a couple of meetings, and it's, I'd say it would be nice if we could get something back by next meeting, a new
Okay.
draft or another draft by then.
Well, do y'all want to send them all to me, and then I'll just send the whole list to? You want me to send it to you, or do you just want all of them from each one of us?
It may be, if it's a lot to talk about, it would be a lot to kind of come up with your feedback and what you want in just a few minutes here. I think when you all get home and you sit down and you take time to really think about the town that you live in and grew up in, I think it'll come forward very easily what we need to change about it. It may be kind of tough right now just talking about
No,
it.
I'm just talking about whatever our suggestions are. Do you want it in just one list, or do you want us to, what is it, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 of us? Or you want it just from 7 individuals?
Oh, no, one, and
One
y'all
list.
may,
Okay. Do y'all want to send it to me, and
Yeah,
then?
let's put a deadline on that for November 12th, which is our social media day. That'll give us, our workshop day. That'll give about a week if we have to type it up and compile it and have it ready for the 18th
I
for
think
our
that's
next
perfect.
meeting. Is that fair?
Perfect
Is that
on
good
my
with you,
end.
Pam?
Good.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
And you'll just send it,
We can just attach it.
attach it to the agenda? Sure.
And just to be clear, the goal of this is to add more businesses to the brochure, correct?
Any possible
I think-
other suggestions or
And others,
tweaks?
whatever suggestions anybody
Gotcha.
has.
So
So let's
pretty much
don't
any
talk about
feedback
any
to the
action
brochure.
yet. We'll
I
talk
gotcha.
about feedback from that next meeting, and that way we won't take up a lot of time just talking through something that we're going to maybe change our mind on before we finish reading
makes
through it.
sense.
Is that good? Okay, cool.
Okay.
All right.
Thank y'all.
Thank
Any
you,
other
Kyle.
questions from the
you.
board?
We appreciate that, Kyle.
Okay.
I don't have any
Thank y'all for
questions.
having me tonight.
Next item on the agenda is Downtown Merchant Questionnaire. Steve Brumfeld, I think you were tasked with that, or I wasn't here, so.
Did I sent it to, I thought you two.
You
I don't
send
know
it
that-
to Deanne and Brandy. I got it too.
I'm sorry, I didn't respond, but I have looked at the questions.
Okay. That was just a kind of an initial volley to see, basically, and again, I told you I would take on the responsibility to visit the businesses and tell them the importance of it if I needed to. But, I mean, like, if we send it via email, I delete emails like that, so if they understand the importance, and it's just basically to find out what it is that we could do to help them, from their opinion, because, you know, we're seeing things from over here. We're not, you're in that business and you're in the business, but for every business, it's gonna be different. I just felt like when I was coming up with these questions, you know, it was something that we want them to feel like their opinion matters. So regardless of what it is, whether it's good or bad, or, you know, maybe it's just, maybe they have a point, maybe it's something we can work on. But I don't have it here. I got it in the email. I guess I can forward it to everybody if you've got your phones handy. But
I have it pulled up right here,
okay.
but I don't know if that's helpful.
What do you want to talk about with it?
I'm good. I mean, what is our next step with the questionnaire? So we were vetting it with in a smaller subgroup, and once they gave you okay that the questions were good, you were going to send them out to the merchants?
That was I told you I would come up with questions. That was the
Yeah,
initial
that was what
volley,
you did.
just to see
Okay,
what you
gotcha.
think.
Gotcha.
And
You want to read some of the questions?
Okay, so firstly, I like the questions, but I think we should probably narrow it down just a little bit.
Okay.
So I will read some of the questions. It says, what motivated you to open your business in Spring Hope's downtown area? Why did you decide this was the place to be? Number 2 is, what are the biggest challenges your business currently faces in the downtown area? What specific support or resources from the Downtown Development Board would be most beneficial to your business? Are there any city policies or regulations that you find particularly challenging or beneficial for your business? Please explain. How do you think the Downtown Development Board can help improve the overall business environment downtown? What types of businesses or attractions do you think are missing from the downtown area that could help increase foot traffic and economic activity? How do you currently engage with the local community and other downtown businesses? What initiatives would help enhance this engagement? What are your thoughts on current downtown marketing and promotional activities? How could they be improved to better support your business? Are there any specific types of events or initiatives that you would like to see that could draw more visitors to the downtown area? What are 3 main factors that would encourage you to invest more in your business's growth in the downtown area? Would you be interested in participating in regular forum or roundtable with the DDB and other business owners to discuss ongoing issues and opportunities? If so, what topics would you like to cover? Would you like to receive emails from the DDB?
I mean, honestly, someone
Very good
answered like
questions.
half of those questions. That's great. Those are great questions.
They are great questions.
the question about being on that email list, I think we mentioned getting a email list together.
Yes.
So we
That
can
one
keep them up
definitely
to
needs
date.
to stay.
I would also remind them of these meetings, so they show up.
Right. No, absolutely. I think we need to be collecting emails. And that is, so I also like the idea of going into the businesses and talking to them about what we're trying to do and explaining why we need them to fill out the survey. But I don't necessarily think we should do like pen and paper surveys. I think we could still put it in a Google form and maybe have a QR code and show it to them while we're in there talking. That way, it's easier to keep up with
It's easier
all
to
the
collect, yes.
information. Yeah.
You may have an issue with some maybe not being computer savvy.
I think walking in
In
there
that
with like a
particular case,
tablet.
we can hand them a
just-
piece of paper, yeah.
Well, I mean, if that's the case, while we're in there asking them the questions, we can just type it in.
Yeah.
But the biggest thing is collecting the email addresses. If we put them on paper, we'll likely never do anything with them.
Right.
We need
You're right.
collection.
So with that, like, do we have like a plan for doing that, like a digital?
Implementing?
Yeah.
Yeah. I guess that's the next question, right?
Next question, implementing. So what are you all thinking about implementing?
Well, if there was I mean, there's plenty of applications and whatnot. I know Google has one that's built in, where, you know, it's basically survey, you know, because that's exactly what this kind of is. Where, yeah,
Survey
there's a bunch of them, where you can plug in all these questions as a survey, and then you can just bring it to the, you know, different people's businesses and on a tablet, and they can just click or put their
For-
response down, or you can go there with a laptop and just type in their answers, but then it gets submitted to this, cloud database, and it'll take all these and then give you, percentage feedback, majority feedback, highlight certain things. That way, it all gets collected. Because, like you were saying, no one's gonna wanna just sit there and type in all their stuff. So, yeah, I mean, I guess that would be the next thing, is like, how do we want to, just basically find an app, a survey type app, and then,
Did you say you were familiar with the Google form that does it?
I've used Google Forms. I've tried some of the other ones, but most of them are connected to a CRM platform, and they get quite complicated. They have a lot of features that we don't
Yeah, Google
necessarily
Forms is
need,
great.
and, yeah, it
Google
works
Forms
so
is
well.
plain
It's
and
simple
yeah,
and
exactly.
easy to
And
manage.
it's free.
That too.
So I guess before we determine when to do that, are we all good with the questions?
I think the questions are great.
I'm partial, but yes.
Yes. Okay. Yes. Any discussion about the questions? Okay.
Couldn't they also be given at this workshop for the businesses attending the
That's a great
workshop?
idea. That's a great idea. What do you all think about letting that be the launch day of the questionnaire?
12th?
On the 12th. And then you could probably take out half of your, we'd like to think that half of our downtown merchants would attend, and we could get at least half of our group questions answered that day, and then have the digital platform available for a Google form after that.
Yeah, when they come in on the 12th, do they, is it easy to kind of spot out who's the business owner or whatnot?
Pam knows everybody. Pam knows
Yeah.
everybody.
Well, then, yeah.
Yeah,
I
we'll
mean,
be all right. in that
that'd make it
respect.
really easy.
Is that
Instead of
enough
going to them,
time
let
to
them come
put
to us.
a Google form, Google Doc together?
Oh, yeah. We could have that done in the next 30 minutes.
Okay.
Now, how are they gonna know, how are we gonna get the word out to them too? That
Come
this is
to
gonna take
the
place?
meeting. Come to the workshop.
The workshop.
Well, you can make that part of your agenda, right? And this is just the kickoff, so you can have a period of time where you're collecting data, which is, pro forma anyway. So
Yeah.
you wanna give a month or 2 or 3 weeks to collect data.
As far as the actual workshop, do we need another flyer to hand out?
That would be great. I was kind of pausing, waiting for a volunteer before. So is that something you're willing to do again? And maybe
Yeah.
you can just kind of copycat the one you used before?
Yeah, we'll keep the same theme, but I'll create
Okay,
it.
all right.
You go
Thank
with
you,
that?
Steve. And then if you send me a digital copy of that, I can also share that on the Chamber's Facebook page.
Okay,
Send it to me too, and I'll put it on the town's website.
okay.
Awesome.
And if we had all their business email addresses,
For the
We-
Chamber?
businesses,
Oh,
email
yeah.
addresses, down the road, next time.
We'll collect them.
That's what we're trying to do. Yeah.
Yeah.
We're getting there.
Yeah. Okay. So we'll start that flyer or the questionnaire that day as well. Do you two want to work together on that? We got y'all working on a bunch of stuff. I'm sorry to even say that. But come up with a time frame of how long we want to leave that questionnaire open.
Oh, yeah, we can work that out.
Okay. All right. What else do we want to talk about on the questionnaire or the flyer? And if y'all are ready to move to the next agenda
Well-
item, we can do that too. I'm just not trying to rush you.
I'll come up with the flyer.
Okay.
And I'll send it to the group if everybody's okay with it, and then that's what we can go with. But you gonna do the form?
I can.
Can you create the form?
Yeah.
All right. And that's it. We just gotta be prepared for the 12th.
And if you all need any help, we've got people you can recruit right here at this table. We just need you to tell us, okay? All right. All right, we'll move on. The next one was Facebook page update, Brandy.
Absolutely. So I created a group, not a page. And I had a couple of questions, I think. All right. Do you guys want the link to take a look at the group, or actually, Andrew, would you like to put it up on one of the screens for us? The link is facebook.com.
Still works.
Do you have, you should be able to do it, Brandy. Do you have an iPhone or do you have an Android?
I have an Android.
Okay, so all you have to do is put in, that URL, the Present Wireless, and you should be able to do it. And I'll write down the code for you so we're not advertising it.
Nice. That'll be cool. We're kind of high-tech in Spring Hope, aren't we?
And top secret.
Well, since we're,
That's the pen you have to put in. Because I don't have Facebook, so I wouldn't be able to bring it up.
Oh, wants me to be connected to the same Wi-Fi.
Are you not connected?
No.
Password.
I think it'll be easier to do it from here.
It may be, are you connected there?
Which one is it?
Staff. There you go.
And if you know it.
I have that.
Okay.
There's one, there are a couple parts where it jams up, I'll be right back.
Sorry, guys.
that's right. But at least we'll get to see it up on the screen, which I think is fantastic.
It'll make it easier to explain. I don't know how to even say anything about it without you being able to see it.
That's right, that's right.
See,
Double check before you put.
yeah.
Is that a zero or no? Oh,
That's
that's
a
a
zero.
zero.
Yes, ma'am.
I think that's right. We'll see. Connected. All right.
Technology is great. It's working.
When it works.
When it works, it's fantastic.
It may ask you, sometimes it does and sometimes it doesn't, to download an app. It's called Questron Media. Is that something like that? If you go to that URL, it'll either load the page or it'll ask you to download. I think it depends on the operating system or the browser. Let's see where we're at.
I believe I've got it.
I'll ask you to connect.
technology's so great when we can figure it out.
I don't usually use Chrome, so I don't.
I wondered. Thank you.
Where's the application?
Steve wants to know if he can go to the bathroom.
Permission granted.
How are you gonna put that on me?
I like that ink pen you're using, Steve.
I'm sorry?
I like that ink pen you're using.
Well,
Well, this one doesn't write on the page half the time.
do we want to move on to, talk about the next thing or while we
Yeah,
wait,
we
or?
can do, well, Devin,
We,
That's
Steve
a-
went to the
we
bathroom.
can talk about, we can hop down real quick to the garden club update.
Okay.
I
We're gonna
know-
hop to the garden club update, and we'll come back to you all and give you a little grace there to get done.
I know they've had several projects. They're ready for the Pumpkin Festival. And they're adding new members, so the garden club's actually growing, so.
We saw them out this afternoon doing some watering when we came in, so, and they've got the town looking really nice.
Yeah, so,
Is there any public comment about the garden club?
They got some new, they got some,
Says on the browser's toolbar, there should be here.
really new. They got Christie's, I don't know.
mhm,
So thank God for that. They have some young people.
mhm.
That is always a good thing to get the young folks involved. Okay. Well, that was a quick update.
And like I said, I don't think I can bring it up because I don't have a Facebook account. So I won't be able to show.
Okay, well,
We can sort it out.
Can we stand over your shoulder and look?
yeah, I was about to say, I'll come to the middle and we can kind of,
Welcome back, Steve.
Okay, perfect.
all right, my screen is tiny, I'm sorry, guys. But, so we've got things put in here. I've got the about, and it said, well, one of you might wanna read it, cause I'm not in front of the mic.
We can change that.
Okay, and all of this is easily changed, but right now, the About section says, "Welcome to the Downtown Business Collective, a space for local business owners and merchants to connect, share ideas, and work together to improve the downtown area. Our goal is to create an open line of communication, allowing everyone to share their needs, concerns, and ideas for growth and success of our community. Whether you're looking to collaborate on a project, share resources, or address issues affecting the business environment, this group is here to support you. Together, we can make downtown an even better place to do business and serve our customers." So what I like about the group, instead of the page, is they have to get approval before joining. So not just anybody can come post and see all the things. And to get approval, they have to answer some questions, and let me see if I can find that. Stop texting me. There. Okay.
It's like having everything synced.
Okay, so I think you can only do 3 questions to join the group. And I said, what is the name of your business and its location in the downtown area? What are your primary goals or concerns as a downtown business owner? And do you agree to follow the group guidelines? Oh, that needs to be on. Okay, and then the rules. Group rules. Okay, I've got 8 different rules, and I'm not gonna read them all out, because that would take a minute, but it's respectful communication, offer solutions, not just complaints, stay on topic, support collaboration, no self-promotion or sales posts. Events and announcements are welcome, but should focus on the community, not the individual. Confidentiality, so basically keep your mouth shut. And if you see somebody taking advantage of the group, report it to an admin. But I did have a couple of questions, specifically about who we're gonna approve and different things. But for the most part, the group is set up. We just gotta invite people to join it and start posting.
Okay.
And I have most of the stuff that I put in the rules and the questions and all that. I saved it to a Google Doc so I can share it with you guys. So if you want, I can email it later and we can address any changes that we want to make.
Well, I like the idea of the group much better. I think your focus is spot on with that, as opposed to having just an open page that could turn into a complaint session, as opposed to something being productive that we as a group could actually work on. So I'm impressed. Thank you, Brandy.
No problem. Okay, so some of the questions that I had when I was trying to figure it out. So who are we gonna invite to this group? Is it gonna be just the business owners, upper management, all the employees? How do we define the downtown area? Are we talking just this section here? Are we gonna leave out all the people at Food Lion and that aren't specifically in the downtown area? Because I don't really like that idea. There are plenty of people that contribute that probably wouldn't be happy with us if we excluded them.
Could we kind of stair step it maybe, like reach out to the business owners and then reach out to, just kind of stair step it a little bit, so it's not just so like boom, but, get some quality, participants joining with business owners, and then reach out to, the next layer. And
I like that. It also just occurred to me that with the workshop coming up, hopefully the business owners attending, we can start small with them, go from there, see how it works out.
And I think as far as who we would invite, I think invite the business owner and let them determine who within their staff they would like to have on the page, because there is turnover, unfortunately.
Yeah, there is. Also, and then, yes, how are we designating the area? Are we including all of Spring Hope or just the downtown?
So, Andrew, can I ask you that, of what do we consider as a board? What do we cover in downtown? Are we covering Food Lion and those 2 shopping centers as well?
Well, the Main Street program, and it's always important to remember this board is the Main Street Committee for the town of Spring Hope. Doesn't necessarily exclude businesses out of downtown. And as part of Bruce's initiative, we purposefully went out to the general business district, which is where Food Lion is at, down towards Devon's Auto Barn facility. All of that was included in his scope purposefully. And so I think it's perfectly reasonable to include it in your Facebook page too.
There may be, other than the physical brick and mortar stores, there may be other businesses in town. Somebody operates out of their house that may have good experiences or things that they could actually share with us too.
Service industries.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I'm in favor of including all businesses in Spring Hope in not just our downtown area.
Great.
But,
I agree.
okay, got lots of nodding heads, yes, on that.
Okay. Also, who here has a Facebook page? Does everybody have one, except for Andrew?
I think we all.
me one.
Okay.
Pam will get
I
one.
don't
Pam will
use
get
it,
one.
but I
Hey,
have one.
if you come to the meeting on the 12th, we'll show you how.
Yeah.
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 Before I can set it up.
And the reason I ask is because I can add admins and moderators to the page, and that will make it a lot easier to maintain decorum.
Yeah. More eyes on content.
Yeah.
Gotcha. So is there a limit of how many you can have on that page?
No,
Okay.
sorry.
All right. Well, I think this is all good stuff. Thank you, Brandy.
Awesome. And the last thing that we probably need to talk about as far as the page goes is what specifically are we gonna post as far as content goes? And who? I lost my question.
Who's gonna post it?
Well, not just post it, because the post.
Won't the survey help guide some of the things that could be discussed?
True, okay.
And they could just, one at a time, there may be 6 questions that everybody really wants to have answered. That gives you 6 months of content, perhaps.
So with Facebook, you've gotta post a lot more content than that.
Okay,
Yeah.
That might give you a week's worth of
a
content.
week.
Yeah.
And that is the big thing with doing stuff on social media is it takes more than one person because it's a lot of effort that goes into it. But once we get a few posts going and understand what people are wanting and have a template, then it'll be easy to apply. We just gotta figure out what we wanna say.
Yeah, the algorithms are pretty intense with that kind of stuff. So yeah, you're right. Posting often and very often is the way. What would be our message? Like, what's our goal? Like that makes the finding the content a little easier. Is when we're posting or reposting, is it more informational? Is it more opportunative, or is it more like what are we trying to like when we're posting something? Like what are we trying to accomplish? I guess you could say.
In my opinion, I think engagement is the goal.
Engagement. So excitement would probably be, so anything exciting would be a good post
Yeah,
around the area.
yeah. I wanna see people involved.
Updates, events, calendars, schedules, functions like we're planning,
Yeah.
updates from maybe the garden club, things like that. No?
Good.
Also live stream your meetings, right?
Yeah,
Yeah, we can post that.
that's right.
And you can even post, I know we're doing a questionnaire, but we could even post open, like once we have a couple of people signed up and whatnot, some of those questions from the questionnaire, because we don't have to use all those questions for that questionnaire. I mean, but maybe we can just put a post every now and then of a certain question, what do you think? Give us your feedback. And it's just a simple question, and people can just put their comments right there on that particular question, because it's,
Right.
it keeps them engaged, it keeps them involved, and
Absolutely. So as we continue on, everybody try to keep a list of things, just little things, because I know most of us, well, I don't know about most of us, but I know specifically I have a habit of sitting down to try to do some stuff and then everything. just
writer's
gets-
block.
So if we all keep a little list going, it'll give us tons more content to use.
And maybe even like with the social media workshop that we do, we can take nuggets from that and continue to post it, little how-tos. So, but I think the survey may really drive that content too, as to what direction we want to go in.
Okay.
Okay. Any questions or any more discussion about the Facebook page? Are we ready to make it live?
I mean, technically it is live. I just haven't invited anybody.
Nobody can see it yet. Okay.
But since we're sitting here, I can go ahead and invite you guys.
Well, before we launch that and make it live, does this need any further approval from the Board of Commissioners before we?
The board had no objections.
Okay.
Not a single board member expressed objections to it.
Okay.
And y'all are,
Thank you. All right, we're clear, Brandy. Let it ride. Okay, so if we don't have any more on the Facebook page, we'll move on. The next item was workout details of Walk of Fame.
Yeah.
I guess that's you, Dan. All right,
Okay.
I don't know who's on deck on that.
So what, I guess the details would be like how, like, which, we established it was gonna be the street right next to where that gym is?
The Main Street, yes.
Main Street.
That's this board was going to ask permission from the Board of Commissioners for that. I think the details were what exactly the form of the walk would look like, you know, whether or not icons were gonna be used. I think that's something Brandy raised a couple times. Some other people raised, whether signatures, how those would be memorialized or, you know, just questions like that, just some of those details. So I don't know that the last time this board talked about it, everything was kind of in a holding pattern, so I don't know if any of that's changed either, so.
The holding pattern that we all spoke about has changed. Thank goodness. So it really kind of comes down to, I mean, back to images, concrete. Are we doing handprints? Are we doing?
I don't like those handprints.
Yeah, I mean, I would say just a name would suffice, a name and an icon, you know, like a little film icon
On what?
on a tile of the,
There's,
So maybe, can we
Piece
do
has to be
some
cut out
visual
and inserted,
research
or-
on that?
Did you want me to do some research on whether or not, you know, some type of plaque or something could be, you know, whether we had to saw cut and put it in there or
Yeah.
whatever the format, I can do some of that research.
because again, the last time we spoke about it, it was, we had the idea of that was gonna be the street. I guess we we're just waiting on, is that gonna be the street? And now that we know that that's gonna be the street, now it's a matter of, okay, so what would be the most efficient, not just cost efficient, but, you know,
Well, I would posit, number one, if we didn't have to replace an entire panel, that would probably be the most cost-effective way to do it. If there was a way to saw cut or put an applique on an existing panel, because most of that sidewalk over there is pretty decent.
I think you could also
Would-
laser etch it.
without raising an area.
Yeah,
How long does that last, though?
laser etching?
Uh-huh. With people walking on it and the weather and, I mean, how durable is that?
Laser etching in concrete, I mean, I wanna say it's like, definitely over 20 years. I mean, I don't know why I looked at you for that. I'm like, Steven?
I don't know.
Older
Can
guy.
Google.
How about we just do some research on it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We'll do some research,
Okay.
but if that's gonna be the street, we'll do some research on the, you know, making sure it's advantageous and not, A, expensive, and B, long-standing, like you said.
Granite with metal inserts is expensive. It is, but that's what Hollywood uses. And they use that for a reason, because it lasts. Doesn't deteriorate over time.
Well, they have a lot more people walking on those things than we do.
We also, our soils here are such that if you get water, you know, permeating, you know, say you can saw cut a joint, you know, you get that shifting and heaving. It's not as bad as up north with, freeze and thaw, but we do get some of that too. So, I mean, those are just considerations. Maybe we'll come up with some options and see what the costs are and we'll do the cost benefit analysis of everything.
Yeah, no, that actually comes at a really good time. I have a meeting with someone that can 100% give me perfect insight on that this week, so that works out.
And we do have a concrete company right here in town, don't we? I mean, a granite company.
Yeah.
Okay, so I think we're gonna put that in holding pattern. We'll roll that to next month's agenda as well and see if we can get a little more
I'll
data.
have a ton of research by then.
I do like the idea of the signature though. I think that's.
So do I. I think that's cool.
Yeah, I like that. Okay, so we are at the public comment section of old business. Do we have any public comment?
I think y'all did
Thank you, Kyle.
Yeah. Yeah, that's right, that's right.
All right. Do we have any comments from the board as well?
Yeah, I have a question. The last presentation that Bruce Neglin did, or one of them, he told us that Chuck would be the person we would be working with, you know, his partner. And I know there was a template for, to fill out about the activities we were doing. And is that something, do we need to involve Chuck in where we're at right now?
I'll bring it up with him to see, you know, where all of this kind of dovetails with any initiatives of his.
Okay.
Chuck is from the Main Street portion of, commerce, so that's why he's more focused on specifically somebody like this board, which is the
Right.
Main Street Board Committee.
And I just wondered at what point we need to, I don't mean for him to come to Spring Hope. I just mean to keep him informed.
I'll be happy to reach out to him.
All right. Thank you. Any other comments from the board? Other business, our next meeting is November 18th, but we will be together at the social media workshop on the 12th prior to that. And that will be here at Town Hall. If we don't have anything else, then meeting adjourned. Thank you all.
Those of you with a Facebook, I would like for you to add your email address.
Okay.
Memorial Place.
What's that?
Memorial Place, they do tombstones.
Yeah.
They also do the flat tombstones.
Yeah, yeah.
I hate to say tombstones, but